What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are playing Assault on Cayo Perico. This is a brand new adversary mode that was added today to GTA Online. You guys will see that it's very different from any other mode that we have right now in the game. In my opinion, it's also very fun, so definitely worth checking out. So first of all, if you want to launch it, go to the options menu, go to online, go to jobs, go to play job, go to Rockstar create it. Then go to adversary mode, and then at the top of the list you will see Assault on Cayo Perico. It's just one mode this week. It's also double cash and double RP, so the perfect moment to try it out. You can play this game mode with 4 up to 30 people, so you can have very large lobbies, which in my opinion are always fun. There are 2 teams. We have the defenders, and then of course on the other side we also have the attackers. Now, to explain the game mode to you guys, I will just explain it as a attacker. So I will explain the role of a attacker. But to understand the defender side, you basically just have to switch it around like the names of the teams say. One has to attack and the other obviously has to defend. So as a attacker, you start in a plane, you have to jump out of it, and you have to land near the airstrip of the Cayo Perico island. You always start near the airstrip, and then you guys will see when the game mode progresses, you will also move to the other parts of the island, and eventually you will end at the compound. Now the first thing you have to do as a attacker is go to the radars A and B, which are marked on the map with a red circle, and you have to hack these radars. When you hack them, they will be targeted for a orbital strike. After the hack, you have to protect the radar, in fact, for 90 seconds so that the defenders cannot disarm it, and then the radar will be destroyed. For the hack itself, it's pretty simple. You just have to press the arrows on your D-pad. The faster and the better you do it, the faster the hack will be. But even if you don't do it that good, it's approximately 5 seconds, so definitely not a long hack. After the hack, you can see that the radar is marked as a target, and at the top of your screen you can see that there is a timer. This is a timer of 90 seconds, like I said. This is the time that the defenders have to disarm the radar or kind of cancel the airstrike. If they don't do this, the radar will be destroyed, and as an attacker, this is of course a good thing. Now, if you manage to destroy both targets A and B, or radar A and B, you will see that at the top of your screen the timers will be full again, but on your map you can see that the radars are now at the North Dock. So what happened is you destroyed the radars at the North Dock, you hacked them, you waited for the airstrike, and now the attacker team can actually move further in the island because the radars are gone, and you have to repeat the process at the North Dock. So then again destroy A and B, then you can move on to the main dock, and then if you manage to destroy the radars over there, you can move to the compound. Now, one thing I didn't mention yet is the time limit. So the attackers, they have to destroy the radars, but there's always a time limit, which you can see at the bottom right. If you don't manage to destroy the current radar A and B in the given time limit, then the defenders just win the game and it's game over. So that's very important as an attacker. You have to move fast and you cannot waste any time. Like I said, at the North Dock, again, 2 radars, A and B, that you have to hack. Then you have to wait for the airstrike. A cool thing is also that if you hack and someone else from the defender team dismantles, the timer doesn't reset. So normally in other games, maybe if you dismantle a bomb, you have to hack it again, of course, and then the timer goes back to 0. In this game mode, it's not like that. So if you already did 45 seconds, for example, and then someone dismantles it, then if you hack again, you just have to do the remaining 45 and you don't have to do the entire 90, if that makes any sense. Besides the radars, there is also a second objective for the attackers, and that is looting the island. So at the bottom right, you can see island loot. This is the available loot that is still on the island. The loot areas are the same as the Cayo Perico heist. They're marked on the map with a white $sign, and the loot that you can take is also the same as in the heist. If you loot the island, your payment at the end of the game mode will increase. Another thing that you can do during this game mode is side objectives or bonus objectives. To see them, you just press right on D-pad, and there you can see personal objectives and then also team objectives. Every time you complete one, you get an additional 7.5k, which is of course also nice. Be careful, some of the objectives you have to complete them before a certain stage of the game mode. So for example, for some objectives it will say that you have to complete it before leaving the airstrip or before destroying the radars at the airstrip or the North Dock or whatever. After the North Dock, you can move up to the main dock, again the 2 radars. One thing that's also important to mention is that the spawn locations of course also change. So at first you will spawn at the airstrip. The first time you have to jump out of the plane, but after that you just spawn in a vehicle. And then if you manage to destroy the radars at the airstrip, you will spawn close to the North Dock and so on. So the spawn locations of course also update. The final stage of this game mode is the compound. At the compound you will have to go to the basement, because inside of the basement there is a laptop that you have to hack and you have to download some information from this. So for the compound, there is the main gate. The main gate, you have to open it from the inside. So if you want to enter the compound the first time, you will have to do it from the sides. The easiest entrance that I have found so far is just on the left side. There is a ladder. Normally during the heist this ladder of course isn't here, but during this game mode apparently there is a ladder. So you can use it, get inside of the compound, then you can go to the main gate, press the green button that of course everyone knows, and then from this moment the main gate will be open and everyone can just enter. So this is the first thing I think that you should do when you get to the compound part, of course if you still have enough time. Otherwise just leave it out and immediately go to the basement. Now when you go to the basement, don't worry, you don't need any key or key card, everything is just open. Over here I was kind of trapped because the basement is obviously the last location, so the enemy team was just waiting for me, so be careful for that. But what you have to do is this laptop over here, or this PC, you will have to hack it. After you hack it, a timer will go off, you have to upload apparently some data, and if this data is uploaded, everything is done and then you win as a attacker. So I realize that this game mode is very complex, but personally I like it a lot. So as an attacker, just to summarize it, 3 times you will have to destroy radar A and B by hacking it and waiting for an airstrike, and then at the compound you will have to upload some data to the PC. For this I got 93k, which is good of course. Right now it is with double cash. It did take pretty long, but it's still a decent payment I would say. As a defender, like I said, if you just manage to hold back the attackers and make sure that the time goes off before they can destroy both the radars at the stage that they are at, then you win. So as a defender, it's much easier in fact to win. If you just manage to defend the radars until the time is over, then it's already good. Of course, even if they manage to destroy all the radars and get to the compound, you can still kind of disarm the laptop as well when they're uploading it. So that's always a last option as well. Personally, I think this game mode is great. Like I said in the beginning, it's nothing like the other adversary modes. It's something like, I don't know, kind of like a heist, maybe you could say, but then a team heist. Definitely check it out. I hope other people will like it as well, because this game mode, it does earn some recognition. People should play it. The payment could maybe be increased a bit more. If it is 100k every time that you reach, for example, the compound, it would be awesome. That's a very good payment. That was basically it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.